All right, hockey fans, Panther
And
fans,
Panther fans.
Panther fans have to be feeling especially a mixed bag this morning because on one hand, the Tampa Bay Lightning appear to be teeter-tottering. And on the other hand, it's Gerard Gallant and Frank Vetrano doing it. So that's how we'll start. Stu, how you doing this morning, buddy? Stu's having a rough morning, man.
I'm about to be put on the long-term disability list.
Yeah, we got
to reserve. It's
yeah.
really pouring raining here like the last 2 days, and I have a bad back to begin with, if people don't know, and got some disc issues. And I live on the second floor, and I was carrying some groceries, and like an idiot, I probably carried too much. And I was wearing flip-flops like another idiot. And I slipped on the stairs and fell. So I pulled my back out.
Oh, geez.
Wearing a back brace. It's not really helping. So I don't know. This video is probably going to be shorter than normal.
Right.
Because the only position that, and I'm obviously on anti-inflammatories and
he's
and it's not helping me, so I'm fucked up.
He's cutting it out.
I did make an appointment to see the pain management doctor on Monday. Thank you.
Yes. So he is showing the heart and the desire that the Panthers did not.
I'll just be a typical hockey player, and I took a 90-mile-an-hour slap shot on the ankle, but I'll suck it up. That's the words of the day today.
Yes.
Heart and desire.
Yes.
Look at the Rangers, man. They want it more. I don't know what happened at Tampa.
I know.
What? They took 9 days off, and it's a different team.
Yeah.
They're not playing anything like they played against us.
No.
Where's the energy?
No. We could beat this team, this Tampa team, no problem. Give me and it's just like I said to you.
You mean the Panthers?
Yeah, the Panthers. Yeah. Yeah, it's like we could beat this team. Who the hell are these guys? But then you start to have to wonder, talk about the competition. Remember, all during the season, I said the one team I didn't want to face was Gallant and the damn Rangers because it's just Sturkin and because of Gallant. And then I knew Vetrano. I said, I could just see it now. Vetrano and Gallant being the story. And son of a bitch, and
number one.
Yeah, no. I guess you go.
I was going to say, Vetrano not only has fitted in well there, the guys, at the end of the game, you could see they were just mobbing him.
Yeah.
But he's been one of the top three Rangers in those playoffs, in this series for sure. Yeah. And Sturkin is definitely the man.
Yeah.
No, but Dracula. I'm calling Bajanajad because I always
Savanajad.
I'm calling him Dracula.
Let's call him Dracula.
Okay, he's been incredible, but Frankie had a couple of big assists yesterday, and
it's not just that though. All of a sudden he's playing a heavy two-way game. It's almost this like it's and I was thinking about this morning outside right before I texted you, and that's what really pissed me off is that I'm kind of thinking about it. I'm like, all right, we trade Mike Matheson and somehow he becomes a competent defenseman. Now we trade Frank Vetrano and all of a sudden he's playing two-way big minutes in the and you start to wonder what the hell's going on over there in Florida that we're getting rid of guys. And
it's called coaching.
Yeah.
Okay. Because Matheson supposedly, you have a Pittsburgh contact, right?
Yeah.
The guy that does the Pittsburgh, ask him. Supposedly, Matheson is beloved by the fans because he's playing a solid.
He's playing solid.
It just
right.
Listen, we can.
Yeah.
I know it's a really sore spot for you, so let's just get it out of the way because I also agree. We never should have got rid of Gallant. We don't know what the story is.
Right.
And just like with Vegas getting rid of him.
Right.
I think we made a mistake. And then the big point that I made to you last night was the inconsistency of coaching that we've had.
Right. Right.
Was it Kevin Dineen?
Oh, it was
Then
Denis.
Gallant?
Um,
Then
well, DeBoer was in there too. Jeez. There's still one guy that we're forgetting. No, that's Denis. That's Denis. It's been a carousel.
well, let's just say in the last 4 years or whatever.
Oh yeah, I mean
Gallant,
Gallant,
then Bugner.
Well, Gallant
Then-
Rowe, Tom Rowe.
Oh yeah,
That's it. I just broke the rest of the stew's
I
back.
mean Tom POS, bro. He's Valdemar. He's the name we will not mention.
Yeah, exactly. I just broke Stu.
All right, so then Bogner, Q, and
Q,
Burnett.
and
I
Burnett.
mean, you can't have
That's since I started the channel 6 years ago.
right.
Okay. I've only been doing this 6 years, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coaches.
I mean, it's just how's a team supposed to have
Right. Yeah.
consistency and what's the word? Homeostasis.
Yeah. That's a good word. That's a good
You know,
word.
where they're just look at John
Right.
Cooper.
Yeah. It's interesting. I don't want to give it away, but I actually have a video coming up on John Cooper the next day.
That's why I've said it to you many times before. You got these retread coaches. I mean,
Right.
there's just like 6 of them, 7 of them that get fired and go to another team. Laviolette, Tortorella, DeBoer.
Yeah. Claude Julien.
Right, Claude Julien. What's the guy in Vancouver? Bruce Boudreau.
Yeah,
working
Boudreau.
for the NHL Network.
Yeah.
I mean, it's incredible. The Panthers need some stability. I think they had found it in Q,
right. Yeah.
but obviously shit happened. So
Right.
anyway,
All right, so-
it's disgusting
Yeah.
that we're not playing the Rangers right now.
Yeah, it's the more I'm watching, and the thing of it is that you really start to look at this. And I texted you this, and Steve asked me. Steve, same thing. Texted me in the middle of games, like, what? And I'm like, they left it all on the ice, or it was either Steve or my brother or both. Basically,
Do you really think you said that to me last night? Do you really think Tampa left it all on the ice?
I think more than
For the
Tampa wanted
Panthers?
the third cup. I think more they wanted to kill the Panthers. I mean, look, they didn't play that way against Toronto. You know what I mean? I mean, this is. I mean, they didn't play great against Toronto. They won the series, but it was evenly matched. It was open ice, and they got against us. And I think Cooper, this really shows how ridiculously bad we got outcoached, because we didn't have the answer for the same thing for 4 games. And
Well,
I don't know why Tampa's not. The only explanation I can come up with for why Tampa's not employing that same style again is that they completely just burnt themselves out in those 4 games against us.
yeah, but they had 9 days to recover.
Mentally, emotionally.
Okay.
And we talked about that at the beginning of the season. Now, I don't want to not give credit to New York. Okay.
Absolutely.
Full credit to the Rangers. But
Absolutely.
but-
Gotta give them credit.
right. But at the same point, I mean, that style of they're using their speed and their rushes and everything. I mean, that's Florida's game. So the point being is that why is Tampa not employing the style that just swept Florida? Why are they not employing the same
Because
style?
they don't seem to have the same energy level. They don't seem to
Right.
be in sync.
Right.
They're just not, things are just not clicking. I mean, look what happened at the end of the game. Talk about puck luck.
Right.
Those things, those plays were going in for them.
But I'm watching. There's New York Rangers wide open in front of the net all night long. And I'm looking at that, and it's just pissing me off, because the more I watch, the more I think 2 things. That was just special for the Panthers, because they knew we wouldn't fight back. And that is the crux of it all, is that maybe answering my own question as to why they knew that they could get away with that style against the Panthers, because they didn't have the same fight. They didn't have the same fight as a Gerard Gallant coached Ranger team, who right now, I mean, I didn't want to jinx it, and I really don't want to jinx it, but let's just say the Rangers look like, I mean, I'm looking at Edmonton and Colorado, and I'm looking at the Rangers, and you all know what I'm thinking. So
I told you, the Rangers look possessed. They look like they're on a mission.
Yeah.
And they're giving it all. It just goes to show you.
Exactly. Yeah. I have the same thought.
I'm trying to just like choose my words carefully. And the only thing I can say in a nice way is Brunette is just too nice a guy, too laid back, no fire. You know, it just.
How I put it on Twitter was that after the second period. And I said, there's no way Bill Zito is watching this and thinks, yeah, Andrew Brunette is my guy.
Yep.
And
I would hope.
Right. And I started to actually think maybe that's why they wanted some time and the process. Maybe he wanted to see how the next couple guys did against Tampa.
You can't have a coach like the only drawback for me with Tortorella is he's just too fiery and
right. He might be a bit much.
He yells at his guys. I mean, these are grown men. That just you can't abuse them like that.
Right.
So for that reason alone, Laviolette is gone, right, from the Flyers, right?
Yeah.
And Trotz is gone. I mean, Trotz is my candidate only because of his defensive, style of coaching, and that's what I think we need.
Yeah.
But here's one factor that was just very obvious. The Ranger goal, the ESPN, whoever.
I'm not sure.
Who did the game? ESPN last night?
I think
it
was
ESPN. They pointed
ESPN.
out that a majority of the goals against Vasilevsky have been scored high on the blocker.
Yeah.
And I texted you about, do you think Brunette and his staff are watching films of like the whole year or whatever, or Vasilevsky in the Toronto series? I mean, obviously the Rangers know something.
Yeah.
They must have studied, video, because that's where they're shooting.
Yep.
And that's where they're scoring.
Yep. Absolutely. So, no, I know. Look, and again, because I know there's Ranger fans watching, I'm not taking any credit away. It's both things can be true. Both things can be true. The Rangers are absolutely on a mission, and you guys, you're new to the channel. You can go back and watch the reviews with Stu all year long. I kept saying that's the one team I don't want to play was the Rangers because I know what a Gallant team can do once it gets into the playoffs. And
they're rolling four lines.
Yeah, they roll into four lines.
That kid line is incredible. I told you that yesterday. I said, watch out for that Kako Lafreniere.
Now that kid line, that kid line. When I tell everybody this is why the Panthers need good young talent from their minors to come up and take some slots, because you got to have good young cheap players that can be productive for you. Now, Anton Lindell is going to be one, right? He had a great season, faltered during the playoffs. He needs to put on a little bit of weight, but he's 20.
Anton Lindell was hurt. I'm sorry.
You think so?
I still think even when he was playing, there probably was a very short period of time where he was okay.
Right.
But I think he was hurt. Obviously, the time that he was out, he didn't start the season. I think 15 games he missed, whatever. But, you got to worry about these players that are like injury prone. Look at Malkin, Pittsburgh.
Right.
I would never sign that guy long term. You look at how many games he's played in the last 5 seasons.
Right.
He's been out with so much injury.
Right.
So
no,
anyway,
true.
But I always envision Lundell between Denisenko and Heponiemi.
Yeah. And
our kid line.
Right. Yep.
But
that'd be fantastic.
Gallant's rolling his 4 lines.
Right.
It's just like.
Oh, that was the other thing. We almost we cross texted and we both almost threw shit
the
at the
same
TV
thought at the same time.
All of a sudden, it was somewhere around period 2, early period 3. It was after Rangers made it 3-1, and the announcers started going, "Oh, Tampa really misses Braden Point," and I'm like, "Go yourself. Okay, you've got to be kidding
excuses.
Me. You excuse Braden Point. they only swept the Panthers without him, and Corey Perry. This ain't because they're missing Braden Point. This is because Tampa's rolling with 11 forwards. They don't have the depth that they needed. Okay. And okay, you want to say because they're missing Brady Point, they're missing one. They don't have another guy to bring up, so they're doing these 11 forwards. They're wearing their guys out. That's different than just missing Point. They can win a series. Clearly, they can win a series without Braden Point. That pissed me off.
It's like a healthy Mason Marchment. What would have been if I'm talking a healthy.
Yeah.
Because when he was healthy, he was such a spark plug, and he just got stuff done.
Yeah.
He made a lot of plays.
He set a lot of tone too.
Obviously, Lindell, Reinhardt, and Marchment were, they were just cruising along.
Right.
So you can't use that excuse.
No, this is not because they're missing Braden Point.
But the Rangers have finally broken that 18.
There we go. Yeah.
2 in a row streak that Tampa was so proud of.
Yeah.
They found a way to put 6 goals on Vasilevsky. I told you, Vasilevsky, he's
human.
Incredible, but
you
can beat him.
Yes.
You get couple of goals, you get 2-3 goals by him.
Yeah.
He doesn't look the same. He doesn't look like the same confident guy that when it's 0-0 going into the third period. I don't know.
He was shaky last night. He was fumbling a lot of pucks. Look, I've talked about this. Tampa is going to, I don't know why they've never gotten out and gone and gotten in a legitimate backup goaltender that can give you 35 games. You know what I mean? Because they're just burning Vasilevsky out. And I think this is going to they've got to go out and get a guy at this point. Because I know he had the 9 days off, but he's looking pretty wiped out. He's looking pretty exhausted out there. When they show the close-ups of his face, after some of the stops, his eyes just look. He looked like he had a long night at the club last night, and I know he didn't. I'm not saying he did, but he looks beat, like a lot of pressure has been put on him for all this time, and so we may be seeing it now. We don't know how Tampa's going to react. I said this last night. The last time they were in this situation, they got swept, right? So we don't know what's going to go on in that locker room. If they're going to get one more hoorah and get pissed off and tie this series up in Tampa or not. These next 2 games, I think, are going to be blood sport. What do you think?
I always say game 3, in my opinion, is the most important game in a series. But I want to just ask everybody and you, towards the end of the game, they had ISOs on the bench, and they showed Corey Perry, but then they showed Stamkos, and Stamkos pulled a Huberto. Did that give you a flashback? Like he had that look on his face, like we're gonna lose this game.
Right.
So listen, I'm stoked. The Rangers can't blow this, man. 2-0.
Right.
They just can't blow this.
Right.
They got to take one.
Just split. They
just got to take one in Tampa, bring it back to the Garden, and say, fuck you. And I got news for you. It's looking more like, Colorado's the team.
Right.
That's going to be, if that is.
The way too early prediction, right? Yeah.
That should be a good series, but you can definitely see the Rangers have fire in their belly, man.
Yes.
Every shit. The only thing that that I wish they would do more is on their checking and their physical play. I really wish they would punish, just every single check would be like monster checks.
Right. Well,
everything goes, I told you, everything goes through Kucherov.
Right.
The way to neutralize Kucherov is to just keep hitting him.
Yeah.
And of course, when are the referees gonna let Ryan Reeves and Maroon fight? And Maroon
Right?
doesn't want to fight him.
No.
He don't drop me that penalty that he goaded Reeves into taking.
Yep.
Maroon got off. He should have had an interference penalty. But more importantly, that should have been they both dropped the gloves before the officials get in between them.
Right.
Maroon don't want to fight Reeves.
Right. No.
He hasn't.
No, I don't want to fight Reeves either, to be honest with you.
But I really want to see I'm sorry, you Tampa fans. I think Maroon is just, he's not going to say he's a dirty player. Let's just say he toes the line.
He's the guy you love on your team and hate when he's on the other team.
But I want to see him get his ass kicked. I think Ryan McDonough's a dirty piece of shit. I think that kid Cal Foot's a dirty piece of shit. I think Sergachev's a dirty piece of shit. And I say that because when the scrums happen, Foot was the guy the other night. Remember I said there was the defenseman was punching, he kept punching one of the Rangers.
Right. Yeah.
Adam Foot's son. But McDonough gets away. Now, did you see that play where the Rangers almost scored and McDonough took out
he slammed him into the
net and it blatant interference. Right. And the ref's right there. Why didn't he call that play?
Right.
So again, referee inconsistency on both ends.
I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna find all the days where your back is hurting and put a best of Stu together. It's all in good fun, Ranger fans and Tampa fans. It's all we call our own players worse. Don't worry. Believe me, we call them much worse than that. It's not personal.
Anyway, so we got what, Sunday now?
Well, we got today. Still, we got.
No, I mean the Rangers. Tampa, Sunday.
Rangers, Sunday 3:00. I didn't realize it was a 3:00 game. I thought everything was at 8. I guess because I was looking at the thing without my glasses, and 3s look like 8 when you need glasses and you don't wear them. So it's 3:00 tomorrow. And then tonight we got. I don't have a good feeling about Edmonton. The Edmonton Colorado thing. I wanted a longer series, but Colorado's just too good right now. They're just.
Well, it's a must game for Edmonton. Just like Sunday with Tampa, I expect different teams.
Right.
You're down 2-0. If you lose game 3, it's over.
And Edmonton, I'm surprised they didn't go with Koskinen. I'm really surprised. I mean,
me too.
And
I think he should be in tonight. If he's not,
I know.
I mean, they're riding a 41-year-old goalie.
Yeah, right. And he looks like the Wongo did at the end. The reflexes are kind of shot, especially this time of the year. And he'll give you a period where you think, oh, okay. And then the next period, you're like, oh, yeah, that's right. So.
Yeah. What was I going to say?
I don't know. We don't know. We're old and
brain fart right now. I was going to just mention something else about the Tampa Rangers.
I know you'd wanted to talk about Trouba. Definitely
want to talk about Trouba. Now, Trouba's a guy, if you go back to my Twitter, the year that the Rangers signed him, I was pushing hard for us to make a trade before he went free agent.
Right.
I've always liked Trouba. I was getting Dumba and Trouba mixed up. And I think Trouba was on Minnesota, right? I don't know. Somebody help me out on the comments.
Yeah, somebody else will know.
It doesn't matter. I like Trouba, and we didn't sign him. And obviously the Rangers, signed him. They signed Panarin.
Right.
I mean, the Rangers, they've made some really nifty moves.
Yeah.
I mean, Zito gave him a gift with Vetrano. You mentioned something that was really hit me. We got rid of Vetrano so we could get Giroux. Do we have buyer's remorse? Now, at the time we did it, Vetrano was doing shit.
So right, and that's the thing.
Let's just face facts.
Yeah.
He didn't have a good season.
Right.
But we know he's got,
we knew he had this in him.
he's got like shades of brilliance in him when he wants to, when he wakes up and gets going.
Right. And
we've seen him win games, tie games, with his shot and whatnot.
The more I've looked at it, the more I think he knew that there was no way we could afford to sign him. So he kind of knew he was going to be on his way out one way or another. Now he's in New York and he knows, hey, they could pay me. I could get 5, 4, 3.5, whatever it's going to, even if it was 3.5, the Panthers weren't going to have money for him.
He's going to get more than that, bro.
He's going to get more than that. Well, now he's going to get more than that. Yeah.
If he continues to be a force.
Right.
And let's just say the Rangers keep going. I'll stop short and just say that.
Yeah.
Frankie V is going to be collecting a nice paycheck.
Yep. So I think
he looks to be an integral part of their offense. I mean,
he's on the top line.
I was just going to say, look at the confidence Gallant. There's history between those two. Look at the confidence that he has in him, putting him with Dracula and Kreider.
I made the same mistake of saying that. Maybe you're saying it because I said it, but actually Gallant never had Vetrano. I know that all runs together for us. And so maybe you're just piggybacking off of what I said, but somebody corrected me on that, that Gallant never had Vetrano. It feels like Vetrano's his perfect type of player. And I think that's where we got that from. But when I originally said that, when it happened, I said, oh, great. Gallant's been reunited with Vetrano. Actually, somebody corrected me and Gallant never had Vetrano.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I know. I looked it up and I was like, well, shit. Because it just, that time all ran together for us when we got rid of him.
Wasn't Gallant, wasn't Vetrano on the roster for the Islander? No. I'm going to look it up. All right,
now
it doesn't matter.
Well, I want to look it up because I did the same thing, man. I did the same thing because it felt like he was, it kind of felt like he was. And so let me go to his hockey reference page because let's see here.
I don't think
he started with Florida. His first year with Florida was 2017, 2018. That's Bob Bugner. That is Bob Bugner. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I did the same. I did the same exact thing. I'm like, wasn't he on with the Islanders series?
Right.
I did the same exact thing because
he wasn't there as long as we.
Because he would have fit that team like a glove. I think that's why we.
Who knows what would have happened if he put Vetrano on the top line instead of Duclair. Bruno, kept Vetrano up there instead of Owen Tippett and Mammon.
The way that
all
went down.
If he had given Vetrano a chance to be on that top line.
He did for a couple of games. He did for a couple of games. But the thing is the way it all happened, look, if Ekblad would have gotten hurt, see, we traded Vetrano to clear the space for Giroux, but then Ekblad got hurt, and then we didn't need the damn space. So the way that all went down ends up in hindsight looking so much worse, than it was. Basically Zito waited for the last possible second.
Yep.
And then so when you start looking at things happening that way, you start, your friend Brian was talking about destiny. Kind of looking more like the destinies on the New York side there. You know what I mean?
I mean, look in analyzing the game again last night that we didn't mention yet. Doesn't it seem like the Rangers are doing the same thing that Tampa did to us as far as blocked shots?
Yeah. I mean, not as.
Look at the end. Look at the end of that game.
Right. Yeah. I know.
And obviously they had puck luck. Another observation I made is about the penalty kill for Tampa. If you notice, they didn't use the traditional box.
Right.
They had the two guys back, and then they used an I formation.
Yeah.
They had guys back, one in front of the other.
Right.
Anybody can question me. Look at the replay of the game last night.
Right.
I saw that on a number of their on the Rangers power plays.
Right.
That was weird.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. Look, it's different team. Obviously, they're going to play different and everything.
And then finally,
yeah,
Shesterkin is showing.
That's the double toe save that he made.
MVP. I mean, and the other thing that I just had to make a point about, is he not the best goalie stick handler or what?
Yeah.
He's Marty Brodeur reincarnated.
Yeah.
Marty Brodeur was, when he was playing, he was just confident and in command. Shesterkin's got, I think, more assists for the Rangers than we had goals.
I was thinking about this because, I compare a lot of things to the Dolphins, and the Dolphins for years were like, when is Brady going to leave?
Here we go with football.
When is Brady going to leave? When is Brady going to leave? And as soon as Brady leaves, now it's the friggin' Bills are better than us, right? And so now the Panthers is like, when is Tampa going to fall? When is Tampa going to fall? And now we got to do with freaking Gerard Gallant and Shesterkin and Vetrano over there in New York, and they're going to be better than us. That's all. That's all. It's just happy, joy on a Saturday morning. We'll just be second best for friggin' ever.
Yeah, I mean, that's my biggest frustration is that we had such a great season and it went to waste.
Yeah.
And we said if they didn't win the cup, it would have been a way, but it's just the way they went down.
The way.
No fight.
Right.
You get swept. You get 3 goals in 4 games.
Right.
You know what?
Yeah. You deserve what you get.
That's just
I know.
That's just
I know. I know. I told you this morning, the longer this series goes on, the more pissed off I'm getting.
It's hard. It's really hard to swallow that. And again, I mentioned the 3 guys to you last night when we were talking about heart and desire.
Right.
And we know who those 3 players are. Our core guys did not rise to the occasion.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. So, all right. This concludes this morning's bitch session. Appreciate all the support. Make sure you hit the like button. All the new subscribers, really appreciate that. Hockey for what is this? This is 5 days in a row, right? Yeah, because we're going into game 3. So today, live stream starts 7:00. Oh, for everybody who missed the live stream last night.
Hey, comment. So please comment, ask questions, but just comment on some of the things that we said today.
Right.
Maybe there's some observation by you guys and ladies that we're not seeing. But
so I give away. Go ahead.
No, I was just about to say, I'm curious what you all think about, and Tampa fans, be honest. Yeah. I'd like to hear some comments from you guys or what you think about how Tampa's playing.
Yeah. Especially if you agree with, I think they left it all on the ice against the Panthers. So I have a live stream before every game. Okay. 1 hour. Now I always give away Panther stuff. So I've been giving away 3 cards. So last night, 3 cards for one winner. So last night, apparently one of the cards I was fixing to give away is like a $15 Luongo card with a different uniform from his minor days or something like that. So somebody said, I want that card. So I had to replace the card. And in the giveaway last night was one card I did not even know I had. It's a checklist. So you would think it's not all that exciting, but it's Pavel Bure in the blue uniform.
Oh,
yeah. That was the reaction on the stream. I'm going, I go through my stack and I'm like, oh, I didn't know I had this. I'm like, let's give this away. And when I get it was the hardest contest ever. I asked everybody if we bought out Bobrovsky's contract, how much money would it cost us combined and for how many years? And the answer was $33 million and 8 years. But if you go back and look at the stream, it was like 5 to 8 minutes of people guessing numbers. And they kept getting closer and closer and closer until finally somebody got 33 million and 8. but that's the best one I've given away so far. I didn't know I had it. And so I don't anymore. So I gave it away. And so the point is I give away good stuff on the stream.
Listen, guys, you guys could do super chats and donate to the channel. Eric never mentions anything. He never solicits donations and whatnot. But, the guy works his ass off,
it's kind of
doing the live streams, doing the recaps, doing these reviews, show your support.
Yep. I appreciate that. I do.
Send them what do they call super chat?
Super chats. Yeah. And I do appreciate that. Yep.
I think One Bad Steve is one guy I see that does that all the time. But
there's Steve does it. Nick's been by. Nick from Twisted Wristers come by a couple of days.
Yeah, so there's
more
plenty of what do you got? 100 people on the live stream?
Well, it's a little bit less now because it's not the Panthers. But we still end up, even last night was 40, 50 people. You know what I mean? At once, people come and people go, people come.
Just mentioning it because
no, I
yours is not going to solicit donations, but
I'm bad about that.
If you appreciate what he does with this channel, and obviously hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, hit the like button, all that good stuff because it helps the channel grow.
Yep, we're 2,200.
Our goal is now 3,000.
Yeah, we hit 2,200 yesterday.
All right,
so we're moving.
So,
and actually, we hit 2,200 yesterday afternoon, and we hit 2,214 this morning when I woke up. So it's moving nice. It's moving.
What's been nice is seeing you got, let's just say, 2,000 subscribers, 2,100, and we've gotten 1,400, 1,500. I think we had 2,100 views on some of our videos.
Yeah.
I know when we get Randy on here or Billy on here, it obviously goes up. But I think the day we had the Giroux trade video, we were probably one of the first channels to put that out. I mean, how many views did we have on that? So
yeah. No, it's been good. It's been good.
So show your appreciation, and that's all I'll say on that.
All right.
I want to see what happens in Game 3 in Tampa because obviously Tampa's not going to just sit down and say, okay, take the series from us. Right. I can't believe that they're not going to come out flying on Sunday.
We'll find out
before their fans.
Yep. And please, tonight, Edmonton, do something. I don't want to sweep. Let's do something tonight, Edmonton. All right, please. All right. Appreciate all the support, and I'll see you again later on tonight.